Welcome to JCCR Racing, where we are taking on the World Series. We are at Interlagos. That's the incredible Brazilian racetrack, and we're going to be covering tips that we've picked up from watching the pros. We're going to be covering tips and tricks, as well as a little best car discussion. And of course, we'll always be talking about how good, smart, safe driving will earn you points. It'll get you ahead of the pack. It'll help you with overtakes. Because of course, bumping and grinding against every car you try to pass is the slowest way to go around the track, and 1 out of 5 times you'll completely crash out. So right now we should have the vehicle on brake controller, brake balance 0. I'm tempted to go to -1 or +1 depending on the desired results. So I think -1, if I recall, is going to give us a little more turn-in going into the turns on this mid-engine setup of the Ferrari 458 Italia. And +1 will give us more braking stability. So here, one pro tip when you're qualifying, you don't want to be getting into battles with other vehicles. So it's always better to find space versus the other vehicles, and I don't know if I'll be able to pass 11 and actually get the space I need to get a good time in, or if I should just slow down and let everyone pass. Well, we'll find out on this lap. Now there's no streamlining, so you don't get an advantage from following closely behind other vehicles, and that's why you might as well just get the spacing you need to get a good lap in with no contact. Because it's not as if I'm going to pass them on the straightaway just because I'm streamlining. So being close like this, no advantage whatsoever. And of course he's really going out of his way to hit us, which is absolutely useless in a qualifying lap other than potentially taking yourself out and the other car. Just a great way to ruin your day and someone else's day. Here at JCCR Racing, we do our best to drive clean. We want to get that safe, smart, clean driving down to actually get better at racing, because our brother channel, Johnny's Car Care and Reviews, well, if we can get this channel up and running and over 1,000 subscribers, we hope to use the funds from the small business to actually go racing on the racetrack. Now that dirty donkey 911 hitting us up in, going out of his way to hit us up in the qualifying lap, so clearly we want distance. So we should have clued in. The best thing would have been just before the last turn to slow down and just go to the back of the pack so we can get one fast lap in. But hopefully this GTR is going to be driving really fast and we won't be in a position to pass them. Try to trail brake to the apex, meaning we slowly let off the brake as we move to the apex. And basically when you get to the apex, if you've timed it perfectly, you'll just be going from quarter braking to no braking, and then once you cross the middle of the apex, you slowly get into that accelerator. You don't just stomp on it, but you work your way into it. So 134.7 currently being the record for the track. Let's try to get close to that on this lap, hopefully. Now we want to get into first here to help rotate the car, help get it through the line without sliding off the track or completely missing the apex, because here we always want to try to be apex hunters, meaning, well, 99% of the turns you're going through, you want to get into that low gear so you can rotate and hunt that apex. If you've made it to the apex, that's the inside of the turn, the candy here. If you get some candy, normally you're going to get a treat and get a nice fast turn around a corner. Slowly get into the accelerator there, as the more accelerator pedal we push down is based on the straighter we get that steering wheel. So you don't want to be full pedal when the steering wheel's completely turned. It's a good way to crash out, slide out. We're a little off the top time, a little to a lot. What is that, 1.5 to 2 seconds? Ooh, 3 seconds off the top time, big difference. Well, we'll have to have some chaotic racing, intense racing, and probably a lot of, hopefully a lot of overtakes, or maybe get overtaken a lot. But if we drive safe and smart and avoid a spin out, which normally takes 5 to 15 seconds off your lap time, even if we're a second or two behind each lap, if everyone else wipes out once or twice, well, we can still place quite well. Now, let's talk best cars. The 458 Italia is not your best car for wiping out. It is absolutely one of the harder cars to drive. It's, I'd say, the only harder vehicle to drive than this is the Lamborghini, but it's the most rewarding once you get the hang of it, and the Ferrari Italia is pretty rewarding once you get the hang of it. Now let's talk about tuning for this race, Interlagos in Brazil, the World Series. If you go to +1 to +3 on most mid-engines, but let's specifically talk about the 458 Ferrari Italia. So you go front bias, that's +1 to +3, if you want more stability under braking and to reduce rear end instability, especially in the downhill braking zones at turn 1, also known as Sienna S, and turn 4. So I just want to quickly repeat that. Go to +1 to +3 on your brake balance. That's a front bias if you want more stability under braking and to reduce rear end instability, so less chance of, spinning out. Especially for the downhill braking zones at turn 1, that's turn CNS, and turn 4. Now go 0, neutral. It's a balanced setup if you prefer even tire wear and a natural feel. You can also go to -1 to -3, called a rear bias, if you like rotating the car on entry, but this can make the rear loose under heavy braking, especially in turns 8 and 10. So I usually race X saying, Johnny, let's have a clean race. Funny, considering it might have been Blaze. Is Blaze driving a 911? Blaze is driving a 911. Is that the 911 that was hitting us? I don't know, but it'd be comical if it was, for him to tell us, let's have a clean race, if he was the one hitting us up and hunting us out. So, additional tips here for brake balance. If tire wear is enabled, a slight front bias. So for races where tire wear is enabled, often more than this is just ×1 for tire work, go with a slight front bias, +1 or +2. Now I'm hoping to get a little more rotation out of the car, so I'm thinking -1. If you're trail braking a lot, avoid extreme bias, such as -3, or the car may snap oversteer. Important to know. And if you're using ABS weak, a slight front bias +1 helps maintain control without locking up too much. Yeah, with those additional tips, I think I'm going to run 0. Let's make sure we are running 0, because we were trying to run laps earlier, playing with -1 and +1, and see the difference that we've got. But look at that Shark Porsche flashing his lights. We've got in first a rare sighting, a Ford GT. You've got a 911 with a shark face. Got to watch out for those. Usually the shark skins are a bit of hit hunters. We got Blaze, who asked us for a clean race. That's surprising. And we've got Comfortably Bob here in 6th. Very cool. What an interesting livery there. Going for that patina look. Ooh, not bad. Not a bad livery at all. Supra, newfound love. The Toyota Supra is absolutely fantastic and easy to control. Now we're starting in 11th. Ooh, let's try to climb, but for our first, we got 2 laps practice in prior to doing the qualifier. So not a whole lot of practice. I'd advise that, if you can get 10 to 15 laps in before doing a race, that is absolutely the best. You want to have your radar on. That's really going to help you out, having the radar on. Big tip, because we're running the C-Class, where people are fairly fast and fairly violent. This is the Clown Chaos League. So Race X asking us again for a clean race. Very, very surprising there. I wonder if Race X is the one that was kind of pounding on us as we passed. Good luck, folks. Yes, Racer X. Oh, we've raced with Racer X before. Maybe he's asking for a clean race because he's completely taken us off the track before. Now, I love the Ferrari 458 for its down the strips acceleration. And there's Racer X causing a lot of trouble. So funny that he asked for a clean race as he pounds into other vehicles. So we'll just try to avoid him, and he's cool with us. We'll be cool with him. And we generally don't retaliate anyways, but we really do appreciate Racer X, not pounding us as we pass him. So very cool, clean driving. Thank you very much for the gentlemanly driving, Racer X. I will, of course, return the favor to you, my friend. And I hope I've never accidentally bumped you, but it could be. I have accidentally punted in the past. Usually they're very light punts because they're accidental. Woo, glad that was ghosted. Wow, that'd have been quite the accident there. Now, safe, smart racing. If we don't get taken off the track by, oh, Race X. No, Race X, that's Race X. And yes, we have had a lot of problems with him before. Now I remember that Ferrari. Oh, sorry, friend. Sorry, Dead Killer, you're going through there pretty slow. I did not expect you to be going that slow, friend, but that was a soft punt. Not a punt, really, because it wasn't deliberate. It was just a little push from excessively slow driving, and Dead Killer did just destroy that car. Pushed him into, punted him into another time zone. Wasn't a spear into another stratosphere, but pretty darn close. But this is why we're running our radar. We gotta keep an eye on who's behind us, and now decide whether we defend the apex or go wide and race it. Well, oh, we came in here really hot and fast. Way too hot and fast. The braking was far too late. So that's a slow way around that corner. Good pass, Racer R. Good job, man. So we've got Racer R and Racer X. Now it's the Ferrari I really have to worry about. He, I believe, will cause quite a bit of trouble. Oh, and I tried to inside pass. Bad idea. Completely missed it. I attempted something and it did not pull out. Now the Toyota Supra, usually really solid, but I guess it's no lawn mowing, landscaping vehicle, because it just completely lost it when those rear tires touched the grass. Oh, and a dirty hit from, what is that? The McLaren. Dirty dog. Oh, and they're using me as a stop point. Losing track of the radar as I try to focus on the track. Here, go wide, come in, go wide and long into the corner. Get a nice turn in, hunt those apexes, use the whole track here. Now, if we get a bad position, we will race again today. That is for sure. This is the first race of the day for my time zone, and it's a nearly no practice race, because I do believe that just driving smart can get you decent races. But if we do poorly here, we'll do some off-air practice runs. Try to trail brake to the apex. There we go. That's much better. Took that a whole lot better. No time penalties. Made it through medium quick or medium slow. Glass half full or half empty, depending how we look at it. So at the 100, get some braking in. Oh, really braked a little more than I wanted there because I didn't want to hit that Porsche 911. I still believe that when we race online, damage should be on heavy, and you should have to pay for the damage you do on your car and that you are at fault for, the damage that you cause, and make the rewards far higher for first place for online racing and all the way to 10th. You know, dish out from 10 million for first all the way down to 400,000 or 500,000 for 10th. But you crash out your car and someone else's, you're out 4 to 6 million to cover the two vehicles. And when you're out of credits, you just have to go farm and get offline. You have to, you know, take a cold shower and cool off. Now this guy is going to hit us. Almost guaranteed because he hit El Master, but no, he decided to be kind to us. We are very fortunate. Thank you so much, Nissan GTR, as we took a bit of a greedy pass there. Yes, I did do a greedy pass, but there was room. He closed up the gap, which was his choice, but it was a greedy pass. Oh, and he's decided to punt us, and as a result, we got punted into the 911, and the 911 will think I'm at fault here, but really it is all that GTR coming back for some revenge. I guess we call that fragile ego, upset that he got passed. And he's like, oh, I've been passed. No one's allowed to pass me. Oh, I'm a big boy. And he came for a big boy punt. Now that is not how we do that turn. Lots of time lost there. That was a sad, sad showing. We'll get it right for the next lap. Now, unfortunately, I'm not doing this live. Otherwise, the live crew, this is sort of like my semi-practice for the day. The live crew would let me know about pit rules. I rely heavily on the JCCR racing crew. They are fantastic. Some of the best guy friends you can have online. And I do like to see this I like to have the perspective for this channel that we've got a JCCR racing crew, because I want us to feel like we're in the 90s or early 2000s when video games used to be multiplayer, and we used to couch play with our buddies. We used to get in the basement, crack out the soft drinks and chips, and just, you know, game all night with our best buds. So if that sounds good to you, and if you're into the mindset of learning and growing, I want to learn and grow together. Join the community. It's free and easy. Hit thumbs up, subscribe, and turn bell notifications on. Now, real easy to go through this turn when you don't have all the sorts of traffic wrecking your nerves as you go through, but that's part of the adrenaline-packed, intense, chaotic fun of online racing. Now, I don't know if we have a required pit, so I'll be watching what other racers do and relying on them, and hopefully it won't pick up some crazy 1-minute penalty. I didn't see any mandatory pit rules when I read through the rules, but sometimes I miss things. Partial throttle up the hill. A quick little downshift to keep us from going out. So, oh, and we got a dirty, dirty hit by Addy. He just used us as his brakes. He definitely forgot his brakes, or was like, hey, I don't need brakes. I've got that Ferrari to plow into. Wow, what a hot dog. Trying to turn us into one hot dog bun union, and I'm not into that. I say no thank you. That's non-consensual, my friend. I did not like that, and do not like how especially don't like how GT7 gives no penalties for people that smash and try to spear you into another stratosphere on straightaways. Come on, Polifoni. GT7, wake up. That's the dirtiest racing. No one likes getting smashed and spun out on a straightaway. At the 100, get down, trail brake. Whoa, okay, he did a better job of trail braking there. Or did he just come in quick? He did come in quick and plans on making up for it by just hitting us out. Yeah, there we go. No consequence from Polifoni. No time penalty, just banging on us, winding up, and punching us right in the throat. But the Ferrari held it together. But if you hit the back of the car, like if I just drive into him, yes, then there would sometimes be a time penalty. Best thing is drive clean, race the track, not the other cars. Just like in life, you can't control what others do, and if you try to control what others do in life, you'll probably drive yourself a little crazy. People are unpredictable, and you can't expect good or bad behavior from them. You can just try to control yourself. One of the greatest battles is the battle with self. Got a nice little turn in. Ease into the throttle as the steering wheel is quite turned there. Got to ease into the throttle to maintain control. Double downshift and the crossover. My trail braking was a little late as I was still doing it after the apex of that turn. When if I would have had the right line right at the middle of the apex, I would have been back on the throttle. Now following car is called streamlining. Let him break the wind for us. It's not as stinky as it sounds. It'll actually make you go faster. Well worth it. Okay, no passing. So, yeah, as you can see, we're going to pass this guy because we went in slow to come out fast, or at least close the gap. That's the key. That's our mantra. In slow, out fast. In slow, and once again, we can come out fast, but I couldn't get back on the throttle when we had a car that had his rear in our face. At the 50, some quick braking. Quick little downshift, fly up the hill. We're carrying more speed through here, so we're closing up the gap. Oh, that was rough of me. That was a semi-dirty pass, mind you. That wasn't a hit, it was just trading a little paint. Known in NASCAR as a nice little redneck hello. Or as I like to call it, the NASCAR redneck hello. Hey there, buddy. All right, let's try to get past. We got a really nice back and forth with this Volkswagen Beetle. Embarrassing if I can't pass it. It's a Beetle, folks. I'm being beaten out by a hippie with no deodorant. Mind you, deodorants with aluminum probably aren't fantastic for the health. When you're mixing them, you certainly need to be careful with the aluminum powdered chemical. I know someone quite well who used to make deodorants. And you need to wear a very heavy mask when dealing with the aluminum powder, otherwise you inhale that stuff and oh boy, watch out. Alright, so now we're Safe Smart Driving has gained us another position. We gotta pass this Beetle. We gotta pass this Beetle. I'm sure as we pass, we'll notice that the car inside of the vehicle is emanating to the outside a smell of couscous. All right, trying to zone in here. Staying in first for more rotation. Brake balance can always help you with that. Now for the Toyota Supra, that drive was incredible, but we're running it at +3 for the brake controller, and that's the secret to unlocking the Toyota Supra. What a difference. It went from good to great. So there, we're getting on the accelerator far earlier because we went in slow, got the right line, and that way we're in slow and out further down the track and back on the accelerator that much sooner. We just got to do it with carrying maybe another 10 miles per hour. Go long and wide and then turn in. And that's the key right there. We just need to do it also 10 miles per hour. That's going to require a little more stones on our end. Oh, the McLaren debating about going to mow some lawns for a 10 spot for $10. That's not bad at landscaping, the McLaren. Whoa, whoa. Okay, I did not, probably my fault there, but I did not expect him to be hitting on the brakes that early and at that angle. Penalty 2 seconds, so yeah, our fault, but was he just brake checking us? I felt like that was a little ways too early and wondering, was that just a brake checking session? Did he figure I'll lay on the brakes here and pick up the car that's going to pass me instead? We'll pick up a 2-second penalty and I won't have to worry about him. Oh, and we get taken off the track, probably for no consequence whatsoever in time. Yeah, not surprised, 13th there, probably the one that took us off the track. And like I've said before, you might succeed 4 times out of 5 taking people off the track, but even in those 4 times, it slows down your lap time. So not smart, not good, and 1 out of 5 times you take yourself off the track. like a tool, or maybe he's a victim like us and got also taken out by the same car. I don't know, but I'd love your comments on it. What do you think about driving violently? Do you see this as Warzone? Is it more fun and better to play this online racing as Call of Duty Warzone? Or do you think safe, smart driving, minding your own business, and actually racing the track is the way to race sim racers? I'd say if it's an arcade game, bump everybody. If it's a sim racer, I think the game Polyphony Digital needs to do a much better job at setting this up as actually a sim racer online. Put damage on heavy. Put in a penalty system that you pay through with credits that you can make and win huge credits, but also lose all your credits online and be blocked from playing online until you got, you know, a 4 million reserve to be able to afford to go online. I also thought last turn going through the McLaren that I was going to slide by, if he did brake early, slide by on the left, but I guess maybe I was following too closely to avoid his early braking. Might be wrong, maybe his braking was spot on and I was just too much of a late braker. I think that is a faster way around that turn than I've displayed. Now here I'm turning in a little early. I should have driven down the track just a little more. Maybe an extra 20 feet, 25 feet, a car length, 18 feet, a car length. All right, let's try to zone in. I don't think anyone's pitting. So I guess the World Series here at Interlagos is a no pit race. We'll find out at the end of the race. 133.8 being the top time, 136.4 being our top time. We are off first. We need practice. We're just recently into the C class, and here at JCCR Racing, really our goal is to go from beginner to winner. Every week online, we usually start last or near last because we have no track experience. And we show you how a handful of tips and safe, smart driving can get you from beginner to winner. And our overall dream, that's our micro goal. We get to pat ourselves on the back, taking the big dream and breaking it up into little goals. Our big dream is to go from E-class racer all the way to speed level A. And that big goal, of course, will take more time, more effort. That's why we've broken down our dream into smaller achievable goals so we don't get discouraged. And you can apply this process to really any dream you want. Just a light little push, I can handle that. Not bad at all, Racer X. That was a classy push. A little gentlemanly shove. You've challenged me to fisticuffs. Fisticuffs. Old form of boxing, gentlemanly boxing. But without gloves, kind of brutal just the same. Now I braked early there because I don't want trouble. Now I should probably trail behind him for a little longer to gain speed, but I also am worried about him brake checking us and then having the disaster of having another 2-second penalty. So erring on the side of caution, watching the radar, seeing that he's on or outside there. So I guess we'll go in behind, we'll brake a little early. Try to get a stronger line and back on the throttle earlier if he's not right in front of us. So yes, definitely on the throttle earlier. We went in slower, came out faster, and we're gonna come out with a pass, I believe. Oh yes, now could definitely let him brake win for us, but I'm worried about the braking again. Trail brake to the corner so we can get back on the throttle. Gotta watch out, the Ferrari is a little wobbly coming on and off the curbs. It is no landscaping vehicle. This is your new money car of choice. It's not old money like the old money likes to buy those Porsche 911s more so. New money likes the Ferraris and Lambos. Whoa! Okay, yeah, I'm happy the game's not giving me a penalty for him cutting back onto the track in a very dangerous fashion. And I think he might have just quit out. Folks, don't ever quit on your goals. Use a bad performance as a learning experience. Stick with it. Also, it's good practice for putting your ego aside, and that's why I often go live on tracks I've never driven before. And hey, yeah, sometimes I get super embarrassed, but the more often that happens, the easier it'll be to put ego aside. And when ego is put aside, you can get through the struggle of the beginning of any challenge. Anything worth doing requires a struggle for a time. And now we go wide from way off, and we're just a little off the apex there, so definitely not the fastest showing around there. A better showing would have been to get in and get that apex to set us up for the second section of that turn, turn 1. Beautiful S-turn. Oh, braking all the way to the apex, and almost nailed that nicely. The theory was there. Just got to get a little more practice on it. You want to be braking all the way to the apex. Often you follow the tire marks and you're going to have a good line. You can also always throw on the line. It is totally okay to drive with the training wheels, folks. You can put braking zones on and the drive line. But for more entertaining content and to show you that you can go from beginner to winner, I do it without the training wheels. Just traction control on 2. Because I sacrifice a bit of speed for less wipeouts from being a little too hard getting into the pedal. So I think we started in 12th, and it looks like we'll be finishing in 12th. We held it together despite the attacks. So we'll have to get back into this later today. First, that Ford GT, I think, started in first and just flew the course. Probably didn't have any traffic or attacks to deal with. Just really did a great showing there. All right, let's check out here. Yeah, so safety rating. Probably didn't have to deal with anyone. Great job. Good job, A. Pages, 13. TDS, Adrian. Fantastic. Now, the quiz of the day. What flag is that? Drop in the comments what flag is that, and also drop in the comments what's your favorite car, or what you think is the best car for you for Interlagos. Please drop a comment. We got Blaze Assault 56. Comfortably Bob here. Addy, which we were following for a while and actually got passed by, up in 6th. Race X. Here we go. Race X that kept asking us for a clean race, but actually I think kind of attacked us as they passed us by and took us out, dropping us to the bottom. And my safety rating went down, and that's fair because I accidentally punted on the turn that's right on screen right now. Punted. I'm sorry to the individual in I think it was the McLaren that I punted. I didn't expect the brakes quite that early, and I am sorry, my friend. So a 12th, not great, but I'm going to say congratulations to those that got first comfortably. Bob, let's see who got first here. Apags and TDS, are they up there? They are not, so I'll just say let's play again sometime. And fun race. Spread some kindness into the world, folks. So there we go. Now the bottom of the pack, all dirty, and yes, I was accidentally dirty. So again, I'm sorry, my safety rating went down and my speed rating went down. Not a good showing, but that's when we know we need to practice. We know what turns we need to practice. So failure is a great setup for future success. Just learn from the mistakes, and we're going to practice and try to get some practice in for the 11 o'clock race. We've got about 15 minutes of practice to put in. So until next time, I wish you all more cars and more power, and hope you get to put the pedal to the metal on a car that you love, ideally your dream car, sometime real soon. Thank you so much for watching. Truly blessed that you took the time to watch the video, and would love and appreciate that you take the time to drop a comment. Take care, folks.